legendary Dawn Staley returns home to face Temple here in Philadelphia. It's the Owls versus the 6th-ranked South Carolina Gamecocks. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Corey Cohen, coming to you live from McGonigal Hall in North Philly. 5-4 Temple has a Herculean task ahead of them as they host 8-1 South Carolina, fresh off a win over reigning champions Baylor. And coaching the Gamecocks is local hero and Team USA head coach Dawn Staley. She's not just a Philly native, she's also the predecessor of current Owls head coach Tanya Cardoza, and the two of them played together at Virginia. Should be an exciting matchup today. McGonigal Hall is ready for this game between the Owls and the Gamecocks. Temple with a lot to prove coming into this one. They recently lost back-to-back in Cancun over Thanksgiving to North Carolina and Creighton, and came back with a win over Towson and want to begin a winning streak. Temple getting ready to start this one off. Here's Stella. As the teams huddle up, prepared to begin this contest. The starters for Temple: number 1, Lena Nguyen; number 2, Asana Alexander; number 5, Marissa Mackins; number 11, Shannon Atkinson; and number 25, team leader Mia Davis. A little bit of a change in the usual starting lineup. For South Carolina, they're going with what works, what's worked all season long. Number 1, Zaya Cook; number 4, Aaliyah Boston; number 12, Bree Beals; number 21, Makia Herbert-Harrigan; and number 52, Tayasha Harris. Set the tip-off here, and we are underway. Aaliyah Boston wins the tip-off for the Gamecocks. We will certainly be keeping an eye on her. She has the second-best field goal percentage in the nation. And as a true freshman, she leads the team in points, rebounds, and blocks. Here she is triple-teamed. Good defense to start off for the Owls. So here's Asana Alexander, the floor general, leading the team with about 5 assists per game. Marissa Mackins. Underneath, stripped away. Aaliyah Boston got her hand in there. Tayasha Harris pushing the tempo. Beal pulls up, and it's good for 3. First basket of the game goes to South Carolina. So here's Asana Alexander, a freshman from Prospect Park, New Jersey. A rare guard who will lead the team in assists, but also second on the team in blocks. Mackins in the corner. Big three-point shooter, loses it. Shot clock down to 7. Mackins calls for a pick. She gets it, dribbles right through it. Boston greets her, and she scores over Aaliyah Boston. A 9-inch differential between Mackins and Boston. Here's a 3 from Cook, and she drills it. South Carolina, a big-time three-point shooting team. Cook herself, 35.7% from beyond the arc. South Carolina leading 6-2. Here's the floater, and it's good for Mia Davis. Davis has been the breakout star for the Owls this year, the junior from Baltimore, leading the way with over 20 points per game. Here's another 3 off the back iron. Mackins. She was 5th in the conference in three-pointers last year as a true freshman. Davis. Alexander passing around the arc. Screen set, the dribble again between the defenders. Right back up, this time Mackins can't finish. And it will stay with Temple. So we'll see a baseline inbound. Checking, I believe, the clock to see if the shot clock should reset. It's at 4. Now baseline drive, lost it, and South Carolina comes away with it. looking for a fast break. Bree Beal driving, blocked, but Boston collects. Back out. Catch and shoot, but a travel call.
No basket. Traveling violation.
Tanya Cardoza, the head coach, her 12th year as coach of the Owls, took over for Dawn Staley when she left for South Carolina. Staley was the winningest coach all time at Temple. It is now Tanya Cardoza. 216 wins. Back out, top of the arc, a three off the rim. Collected by Beal. Owls track back. Gamecocks will slow it down. Harris off a screen. Cook thought about it. Back out to Harris. No look pass to Cook. Again from the wing. Doesn't want to shoot the three. Here's a long baseline jumper. Temple takes over. Chance to tie or take the lead, trailing 6-4. Nyan, grad student out of Dakar, Senegal, a transfer from North Carolina State, making her third start of the season. The runner gets the friendly bounce. Mia Davis. She's up to 4 points already, and this game is tied at 6 apiece with about 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Boston can't finish, and Temple gets possession. Now a chance to take the lead. Quickly, Davis with a path to the lane, can't finish. Corner three from Beal, well off the mark. Boston, though, gets control. Stripped of the ball, and it will be Owls' possession. Good defense so far from Lena Nyan.
Substitution for the Owls.
First substitution of the game, we'll see Alexa Williamson enter.
Replaces number 11, Shannon Atkinson.
Sophomore from Western Pennsylvania. Bringing the ball up is Mackins. Over 9 points per game. She's also the highest volume three-point shooter. Shoots about 31%. From the free throw line, Davis, step back, misses. Cook loses one defender. Brings it back, top of the arc, a three from Harrigan. Makia Herbert-Harrigan, senior from Pembroke Pines, Florida. She's big in the post, 5th in career block shots, and she's called for a reach-in foul.
Foul on number 21, Makia Herbert-Harrigan. That's her first, team first. There's the timeout.
And there is the media timeout
Hey fans, you can head
at 5 minutes here in the opening quarter.
posted to fan stream.
We'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment.
Temple Athletics.
Welcome back here. 5 minutes gone, 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter here between Temple and 6th-ranked South Carolina. I'm Corey Cohen with you for the broadcast in this homecoming for Dawn Staley, Philly native, former Temple head coach, has gone on to a phenomenal career at South Carolina, winning the national championship in 2017. And now the Team USA coach as we see a corner three good for Marissa Mackins. So here come the Gamecocks, all tied at 9 apiece. Only loss of the season against Indiana, 17th ranked Indiana, as there's a basket good for Boston. South Carolina coming in with the #1 recruiting class of the year under Dawn Staley and her staff. Handful of 5-star recruits out of high school. As we see a foul called on Zaya Cook. She's one of those 5-star recruits. In fact, she was ranked 4th in the nation and the top point guard coming out of high school. She's already got 2 FIBA gold medals. and was a finalist for the Naismith High School Player of the Year. Was also a first-team All-American. Quite a few players with similar credentials on this young squad. Here's a senior, Tyasha Harris, passes forward. Too much on the layup for Lily Grissett. Mackins. Leading the Owls with 5 points to start. Mackins pulls up, and it's good. 7 points for Marissa Mackins. Nearly at her season average, and we're still just in the first quarter. Great pass to Destiny Henderson. Off the rim, collected in the putback for Makia Herbert-Harrigan. Gamecocks retake the lead. Temple shooting 50% to start. They've made 5 of their first 10 shots. Ball is loose. Picked up by Davis. Now Alexander. 9 on the shot clock. Some room here. Mia Davis. Couldn't make that time. Here's Tyasha Harris. Pulls up from the elbow. Beautiful shot. Harris with about a 40% field goal range. Percentage, I should say. Back-to-back all SEC second team honors. Here's the runner, in and out. Offensive board blocked by Boston. And a held ball, possession arrow gives it to the Owls.
Substitution for South Carolina. Number 5.
Couple substitutions here. Boston will take a seat on the bench. The true freshman has exploded onto the scene. Over 14 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game, 28 blocks. She's the team leader in all categories. And she's got the second best field goal percentage in the nation with 73%. 7 on the shot clock. A long 3. Misses. Kept in bounds. Temple ball. Nice bounce pass and a reach-in foul against Letitia Amihir.
Letitia Amihir. That's the first team third. Substitution for the Owls, number 12, Imani Mayo. Replaces number 2, Asana Alexander.
Imani Mayo checks in for the Owls. Started a good chunk of their games this year. 7 of now 10. So fresh shot clock at 20 seconds. Mackins off a screen. 2 defenders on her. Finds the open player. Nguyen for 3. Nguyen, a 35.6% field goal percentage. Now a 3 on the other end. Misses. Offensive board. Victoria Saxton. Harris now. 9 on the shot clock. Harris from the top of the arc. That's good. It is a 3-point contest broken out here at McGonigal Hall. South Carolina with 4 of them. Temple with 2 of them. Still over a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Mackins drives and loses it. Picked up by Henderson. 1-on-1. Henderson cannot finish. But the cleanup crew, Victoria Saxton. Saxton, a sophomore from Rome, Georgia. South Carolina with a 6-point lead. Here's Nguyen. Off the iron. Collected by the Gamecocks. They want to move quickly, and an errant pass will give possession over to Temple.
Substitution for the Owls. Number 25, Mia Davis. Replaces number 11, Shannon Atkinson. Also back in the game for the Owls, number 2, Asana
Mia
Alexander.
Davis comes back in.
Number 12, Imani Mayo.
So does Asana Alexander. Here's Mackins having an excellent start, 7 points. About 2 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Inside pass, and a foul. Victoria Saxton saying she got all ball. But the ref doesn't think so, and that will send the Owls to the line for the first time today. Mayo comes back in for Mackins. And we'll see a pair of free throws for Alexa Williamson. We also see Renaya Walker enter for Temple. First shot misses. Second shot makes, so it is a 5-point lead for South Carolina. Shot clock is turned off. You can hold for the final shot of the first quarter. Tyasha Harris with about 5 assists per game, 4th in career assists at South Carolina. She's going to keep it for herself. And that'll end the quarter. A jumper from Tyasha Harris, and South Carolina takes a 22-15 lead here after 10 minutes. We'll take a quick break and be back with the second quarter. Welcome back here. Second quarter about to begin in North Philly between Temple and 6th-ranked South Carolina. I'm Corey Cohen with you for the broadcast. It's a 22-15 for the Gamecocks. Fresh off a huge win over reigning champions Baylor down in the U.S. Virgin Islands as part of the Paradise Jam. Defeated the Baylor Bears 74-59 as there's a traveling call against South Carolina. And that was a huge win for the Gamecocks. Helped them rebound from a loss to Indiana on Thanksgiving as part of that Virgin Islands tournament. Here's a three, top of the arc. Mia Davis misses. Temple also coming off a Thanksgiving trip. Theirs was not as productive as there's a corner three for Bree Beal. Temple went to Cancun for Thanksgiving but lost to North Carolina and Creighton. They've since bounced back with a win over Towson, but a steal for Destiny Henderson and the easy layup off the turnover. A double-digit lead now for South Carolina. Largest lead of the game for the Gamecocks. Alexander, now wide open, Mia Davis. That's off the back iron. Temple a little bit cold to start this second quarter. Zaya Cook starts to drive. Goes for the pass, and it's intercepted. Nguyen, bounce pass forward, and the bucket for Williamson. Henderson. Now Cook pulls up from the elbow. Grabbed by Davis. Alexander, nice pass, and the finish. Williamson, back-to-back buckets for the sophomore out of Houston, Pennsylvania. She's up to 5 points above her season average per game. And the second quarter has just begun. Back out, Cook creates some space, and a traveling call.
Violation, substitutions.
Couple substitutions here. Herbert-Harrigan and Boston both re-enter the game. Boston was the 3rd-ranked recruit out of high school in the nation, the top big, McDonald's All-American, and has won 4 gold medals. And she's come on to one of the best teams in the country and is instantly their best player. Just a dominant 6'5" freshman from St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Another steal. Henderson doing it all on defense. Cannot finish, though. But they get it back after a mistake on the pass and a foul. And that ball hit off the face of Marissa Mackins. Looked like it hit her on the side of the head.
Team first. At the line is number 3, Destiny Henderson.
And so we'll see Henderson at the line to shoot two. Sophomore from Fort Myers, Florida, was named to the SEC All-Freshman team last year. Before that was a McDonald's All-American coming out of high school. So she makes the first. And it's back up to a 10-point lead. Little full court pressure here from South Carolina. They've played sensational defense. Here's the J, misses, and again, Gamecocks will push the tempo. Henderson, phenomenal three-point shooter, gets it to Beal. Beal back to Henderson. Inside now, Boston. Doesn't get the roll. Boston just with 2 points and 2 rebounds to start. A quiet day for her, considering. Too high on the pass.
Substitution for the Owls. Number 1, Lena Young. Places number 12, Imani Mayo.
So Henderson brings it up. She shoots about 45% from three-point range. 0 for 1 from beyond the arc today. Here's a step back, it misses. Davis with the rebound. Alexander. Inside. The spin move, too much on the shot. And it's collected by Herbert-Harrigan. Here's Cook. Cook, the step back from the baseline. Tipped back by Boston, and South Carolina gets a fresh 20 seconds. Beal underneath. And that will stay with South Carolina.
Substitution.
Off the pressure from Boston. And a timeout call with 5 minutes and 51 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Temple Health is proud to support Temple basketball.
South Carolina leading by 10. And we'll take a quick break here. 5:51 to play. Stay with us on Owls TV. Second quarter here in a matchup between Temple and 6th-ranked South Carolina. Coming off a win over the reigning champions. They themselves the 2017 NCAA champs.
Lena Young, that's her first team.
There's a foul on Neon.
At the line is number 21.
And we'll see a pair of free throws for Makia Herbert-Harrigan. 6'2" forward. Phenomenal shot blocker. Although she's been surpassed a little bit by Aaliyah Boston.
Substitution for South Carolina, number 24.
Lily Grissett comes in now for the Gamecocks. Temple trails by 11. Alexander, they break the full court press, wide open for 3, off the back iron, and an over the back foul on Temple.
Foul on number 5, Marissa Mackins. That's her first, team third.
So here is Harris. Recently joined the 1,000 career point club. A long 2 from the baseline, in and out. Davis on the wing to drive. Kicked ball, it will stay with the Owls. Mackins inbounds. Finds Alexander, back to Mackins, corner 3! Mackins up to 10 points over her season average. Still with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Grissett, now Harris. Inside, Boston. Can't get it done, gets her own rebound. Second chance misses. Boston struggling to start this game. Henderson for three. Finds the bucket. And it was in and out and then back in. 33-22. Mackins inside, wide open, but Davis cannot finish. Henderson. Herbert-Harrigan. Now on the wing, it's Harris. The drive. Henderson. The extra pass. The open jumper from Herbert-Harrigan misses. And Neon collects. Under 4 minutes to play in the opening half. And a foul called on the Gamecocks. That's on Victoria Saxton, or excuse me, on Aaliyah Boston.
That's her first, team first. Substitution for the Owls, number 20, Alexa Williamson, replaces number 11, Shannon Atkinson.
Davis cuts in. Cannot find the basket. This time she does.
Davis.
With the determination. And for Davis, at 6 feet tall, she can do a lot of stuff in non-conference play in the American. But against South Carolina, as we see a three, you're going up against Herbert-Harrigan at 6'2", and Boston at 6'5". It's a lot tougher. Here's Mackins. Off the mark. Williamson slow to get up. But the Gamecocks slow it down as well. Here's Herbert-Harrigan. Catch and shoot, misses. Nine-point deficit for Temple. Inside, Davis with a post play. Overcoming the height disadvantage. Here's Tyasha Harris. Pull up Jay. Herbert-Harrigan misses. On the release, here's Mackins. Loses it. Going the other way, Grissett. 2-on-1, 3-on-1, Boston with the bucket.
Boston.
Just her second field goal of the game, if you can believe it. She was 1 for 8 before that, and again, Boston has the second best field goal percentage of any player in the country at 73%.
Substitutions for South Carolina. Number 1, Zaire Cook.
Few substitutions here. Boston will take a seat on the bench. So will Henderson. As will Herbert-Harrigan. So a smaller lineup for the Gamecocks, with the exception of Letitia Ami here. The drive from Mackins. Kept in play. Out to Neon. Now a three from the wing, and it falls. Asana Alexander, the freshman. And she's on the board for the first time today. A steal for the Owls. Alexander, 1-on-2. Still going. Falls off the rim. Hung on there for a second or two. Still a 6-point lead for the Gamecocks. Inside, Ami here with the bucket.
Letitia, I'm here.
Under 90 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Mackins. Davis looking underneath. And the refs say it was tipped by South Carolina.
Substitution.
Dawn Staley making her homecoming, and what more can you say about her? In her 12th season with South Carolina, She's got 281 wins, a 74% win percentage. She was at Temple for 8 seasons, 172 and 80 was her record. 6 NCAA tournament appearances in those 8 seasons, and 4 conference championships. The drive and the finish from Atkins. With one hand. Under a minute remaining, Temple trails by 6. Owls making South Carolina work for it. And a traveling call underneath the basket. Tanya Cardoza called that from the second it happened. Again, Cardoza was teammates in college with Dawn Staley at the University of Virginia. Replaced her in 2008 when Staley left for South Carolina. Here's Davis. And she is fouled. So Davis will head to the line to shoot 2.
15, Letitia, here. That's her second, team second.
Davis, an excellent free throw shooter, 78%. Makes the first. She's had a great game to start here. 9 points and 8 rebounds, almost a double-double in just the first half. She's already got 5 double-doubles to start the year.
Substitution.
And now she's just 2 rebounds away from doing it for the 6th time this season. She'll take a seat on the bench. Doesn't want to pick up a foul. Shot clock is turned off. South Carolina will hold for the final shot of the half. Harris with 7 points in the first quarter has not scored in the second quarter. She's a phenomenal floor general. here, driving, and cannot get a shot off in time. A defensive stand for Temple as they head into the break trailing by just 4 points. 37-33 is the score. South Carolina leading, but this has been one heck of a battle in the opening half, and still 20 minutes to go. An exciting game continues after halftime. 37-33 here from North Philly. We'll take a quick break and be back with all the action in the second half. Stay with us, folks. It's Temple versus South Carolina. Second half about to begin here from McGonigal Hall in North Philly. I'm Corey Cohen with you for Temple versus 6th-ranked South Carolina. It is a homecoming for head coach Dawn Staley of the Gamecocks. Formerly spent 8 seasons with Temple, made 6 NCAA tournament appearances. Since gone on to win a national championship with South Carolina, and was recently named head coach of the United States national team. Won the 2018 FIBA World Cup in Spain, as there's a 3 that misses. She'll also coach the 2020 Olympics for Team USA. A big honor for her. It all started in Philly, growing up here, and then began her coaching career with the Owls.
Foul on number 11.
And she's really turned South Carolina into a powerhouse. On the other end, Tanya Cardoza, the head coach for Temple, took over for Dawn Staley back in 2008. And she has continued the momentum and then some here at Temple. It's her 12th season. She's the all-time winningest coach with 216 wins. The two were teammates in college at Virginia. 7 on the shot clock, inside to Boston, and she can't get the shot up. Temple trailing by just 4. South Carolina They were red hot in the first quarter, shooting 45%. In the second quarter, Temple played some great defense. The Gamecocks shot 27.8%. Game that could have gotten away from Temple, and they are right in the thick of it, trailing by 4. Now 4 on the shot clock. Mackins has to take the 3! And it is a 1-point game. Temple within a point of the 6th-ranked team in the country here in the second half. Wide open is Herbert-Harrigan now. Harrigan, excuse me. Boston could not finish. A 3. The trailer, and Temple has taken the lead over the 2017 national champions. Owls 39, Gamecocks 37. Screen set by Boston. The drive, the kick out. Herbert-Harrigan in the lane, off the rim. Neon slow to get up. Here's Alexander. Mackins, she picked up her foot, and she knows it. She's nodding to the ref. So Aaliyah Boston, the number 3 recruit in the nation, and the reigning National Freshman of the Week, takes a seat on the bench with just 4 points, 4 rebounds. Around the perimeter. In the corner, Cook. Off the back iron, offensive rebound. Beal. And a travel call. Some great interior defense from Shannon Atkinson. 6'4" senior out of Smithfield, Virginia, leads the team with 10 blocks. And Mackins lost it. Here's the inbound. Herbert-Harrigan. Inside, open is Harris. Gets her own rebound. Can't finish the second try. Third try, and a foul. Bails out the Gamecocks, and Ami here will head to the line.
Shannon Atkinson, that is second, team's second. At the line is number 15, Letitia Ami here, shooting 2.
Misses the first. Makes the second. The drive. And it will stay with the Owls. Inbound for Mackins. Finds Davis. And they say she stepped out of bounds. No, excuse me. A foul on Makia Herbert-Harrigan.
That's her second, team first.
Foul on the ground, so they will inbound. Inbound to Davis. Davis drives. The runner off the backboard. Collected by the Gamecocks. The pull-up J misses. Second chance. And a foul on the way up. Some of the Owls wanted a traveling call on me here, but she'll head to the line for 2.
That's her second, team third. At the line is number 15, Letitia Ami here, shooting 2.
makes the first. Makes the second, and so South Carolina has retaken the lead. Good defense here from the Gamecocks. Mackins finds Davis. Off the rim, gets her own rebound. Follows it up, blocked by Amihir. Nyong. Another offensive rebound, a fresh 20. And a foul against South Carolina.
That's her third.
And for Amihir, that's her third foul. So Temple will inbound underneath the basket. Long inbound pass, finds Mackins. Here's the shot, air ball, collected by Cook. In the corner, Harris wants to drive, kicks it out. The extra pass back and forth, and they gave up a couple open threes. Amihir is stripped to the ball. It's loose, and finally, out of bounds is the call, and it looks like it will stay with the Gamecocks.
Substitution for the Owls, number 20, Alexa Williamson, replaces number 11, Shannon Atkinson.
Couple substitutions for the Owls.
Number 12, Imani Mayo, replacing number 5, Marissa Mackins.
Basket good for the Gamecocks. Tyasha Harris. (42-39) lead for South Carolina on a bit of a run here. Temple's been scoreless for over 3 minutes. Mayo. Inside pass, Williamson off the rim. Beal. Cook. Harris inside. Beal in the lane, foul, and one! South Carolina on a 7-0 run, they can make it 8. And there is the media timeout here. 4 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Gamecocks with a 5-point lead. Still plenty of game left for Temple. We'll see if they can make the comeback. Stay with us, folks. You're watching Temple versus 6th-ranked South Carolina on Owls TV. 4 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter between Temple and South Carolina. In this matchup between the 5-4 Owls and the 8-1 Gamecocks. Temple coming off a win at Towson on Wednesday, 74-59. South Carolina coming off a huge win over the reigning national champions, Baylor, down in the U.S. Virgin Islands, 74-59. Free throw no good. And that tournament was big for Aaliyah Boston. Had 20 points and 13 boards against Baylor. Was named the tournament MVP, which was something special. As we see a three, and it's good for Lena Nyong. Boston, the native of the U.S. Virgin Islands, played down in the Paradise Jam in the U.S. Virgin Islands. There's Tyasha Harris. Nakia Herbert-Harrigan inside, and a foul on the Owls.
Foul on number 25, Mia Davis. That's her 4th. Team's 5th.
5th team foul against Temple, and so from here on out, Any foul will send the Gamecocks to the free throw line.
For the Owls, number 2, Asana Alexander replaces Davis. Reveal at the line, shooting 2.
First shot made. So is the second shot. Temple breaks past the full court pressure. Layup no good, and it'll be Gamecocks basketball.
Substitution for South Carolina.
Destiny Henderson will come back in for South Carolina.
Return.
Herbert-Harrigan. As Boston prepares to check in. Wide open is Harris. 4-3. Misses. Owls trail by 4. They've made one of their last 10 shots. Mackins defended by Beal. The drive. Mackins, the runner, misses. Collected by Beal. On the transition, Beal tries to go coast to coast. 2-on-1. It'll be kept and finished by Imani Mayo. Her first points of the game. Back to a one-possession ball. Out to Harris. Takes the 3. Misses again from long range. And it'll be Owls basketball.
Substitution for South Carolina.
So in comes Aaliyah Boston.
Aaliyah Boston.
Reigning National Freshman of the Week. Has already been named SEC Freshman of the Week 3 times to start this season. 73% shooting from the field. She is 20% to start the day. Mackins. Mayo. Inside, Atkinson. The give and go, but it's tipped by Boston. Henderson has it. Henderson still going. Shot tipped. It will stay with South Carolina. Baseline inbound. The 3 off the rim. Moving quickly, Temple. Trailing by 2. The drive from Alexander. Wide open. Ties this game at 46. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Harris on the other end. Out to Boston. Harris, the senior leader. Now a 3 for Henderson. Off the back iron. Picked up by Temple. Nyong drives, blocked from behind. Makia Herbert-Harrigan at 6'2". It will stay with the Owls. Imani Mayo with the inbound. To Nyong for 3. Too short. Gets her own board. And a foul on Boston. So that'll send Nyong to the line.
That's her second, team third.
Nyong, the transfer from NC State.
Lena Young, shooting 2.
Made her third start of the season today. Averaging under 5 points per game. She's got 6 points today. makes the second. Temple takes the lead with about a minute and a half remaining in the third quarter. Harris brings it up. Henderson, she's had a big game on defense with 5 steals. Foul away from the ball. That's on Shannon Atkinson. And again, South Carolina in the bonus, so that will send the Gamecocks to the line. And Boston will shoot 2. So now Atkinson, after picking up her third foul, takes a seat on the bench. And that's tough when it comes to size because Atkinson's at 3 fouls, and you've got your top forward, Mia Davis, with 4 fouls. Both now sitting on the bench. Davis was having a great game, just picked up a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, before getting that 4th foul. So here's the pressure. Nice work by Asana Alexander. The drive, Alexander, no look pass, Neon. Out, Mackins, open for 3. The fake, and she's fouled going up. So Mackins will head to the line to shoot 3. And perhaps retake the lead. So again, a homecoming game for Dawn Staley, Philly native and former Temple head coach for 8 years. One of the best players of all time in this sport, back in her playing days. 3 Olympic gold medals, as the first shot missed. 6-time WNBA All-Star, and a few years ago, inducted to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame up in Massachusetts. Second shot good. Again, one of the best players ever and is becoming one of the best coaches ever. First with her excellent career here at Temple. 6 NCAA tournament appearances in 8 years as the Owls retake the lead. Then at South Carolina, she's had a huge career there. Won the 2017 National Championship. Disappointing end of the year last year. They were a 4 seed in the NCAA tournament, lost to Baylor in the Sweet 16. Baylor, of course, went on to win the championship. But still, not what they wanted to be bounced that early. Here's a 3. It's good for Henderson. So they're on a bit of a revenge tour, complete with beating Baylor last week in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Temple hoping to get back to their winning ways after 2 underwhelming seasons. Taken away by the Gamecocks. Harris. Shot clock turned off. Boston from the elbow. And that's what we're used to seeing from Boston and her phenomenal field goal percentage. The drive from Alexander. 3 seconds to go, and it's tipped away. South Carolina. They won't even heave it up. Would not have counted regardless. So at the end of the third quarter, 53-49 is the score. But what a game this is, with South Carolina leading Temple by just 4 points. 10 minutes to play, a whole lot of action and excitement. Stay with us, folks. You're not going to want to miss the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter about to begin here from McGonigal Hall in North Philadelphia. I'm Corey Cohen with you for the broadcast between Temple and 6th-ranked South Carolina. It is a 4-point lead for the Gamecocks. Temple putting up one heck of a fight in this game. South Carolina shooting 27.8% in the second quarter, 22.2% in the third quarter. And that will stay with the Gamecocks. For much of that third quarter, the Owls were without Mia Davis, leading scorer and rebounder for Temple. She's sitting on 4 fouls. Ayesha Harris drives, pulls up, and makes the bucket. Harris up to 11 points, 5 assists. Alexander. Neon for 3. Collected by Beal. Beal, another 5-star recruit brought into this top-ranked class of 2019. She was 11th in the nation, along with Ami here, who was 10th, Cook, who was 4th, and Boston, who was 3rd. All 5-star recruits. Boston can't score inside. She's now 3 for 12. Again, coming into this one with a 73% field goal percentage. Just unheard of, and this game has brought her back down to earth. Alexander in the corner, a 3, Mayo! And the Owls needed that. It is a one-possession game. Mayo with just 1.4 points per game. She's up to 5 in this one. Beal. Now Harris. Harris drives with one hand. Cannot score. Neon moving quickly. And she's fouled from behind by Harris.
That's her first, team first.
First foul on Harris.
For South Carolina, number 21.
Harris, one of 2 players who was on the national championship team in 2017. It was Harris and Herbert-Harrigan, the 2 seniors on this year's roster. In a program full of freshmen. As there's the runner. Got her own rebound, blocked by Boston. She had 28 entering today. Now she is up to 30 on the season. Herbert-Harrigan using the glass.
Nakia Herbert-Harrigan.
57-52. Alexander pulls up from 3. Offensive board, Neon, but she traveled.
Traveling is the call.
And a media timeout here. 7 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break. South Carolina leading by 5, and we'll be right back in just a moment. Fourth quarter here between Temple and South Carolina. In a homecoming for Philly's own Dawn Staley, former Temple head coach for 8 years. Also a homecoming for assistant coach Lisa Boyer, who is Dawn Staley's right-hand woman since 2002. She's been her top assistant. Was here at Temple with Staley, followed her to South Carolina. The 2 of them have done incredible work both here in North Philly and down in Columbia. Almost went for sort of an alley-oop. Boston recovers and cleans it up.
Boston.
She's turning it on here in the fourth quarter. Up to 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Temple scoreless for about 2 minutes. They've made 1 of their last 7 shots. 6 on the shot clock, a 3 from Neon. Rolls out. Henderson moving quickly. Goes coast to coast, cannot finish. And it'll be Owls basketball. The South Carolina staff is furious. So are their fans. And they overturn the call. Inbound to Herbert-Harrigan. Blocked. Collected. And a foul. And so that will send South Carolina to the free throw line.
That's her 4th.
Meanwhile, for Atkinson, that's her 4th. And for Mia Davis,
Alexa Williamson,
who is back into the game. She's sitting on 4 fouls.
Number 52, Taisha Harris.
The front court has been weakened. Second shot. It's good, so now a 61-52 lead, largest of the second half. Atkins nearly lost it. Still dribbling, puts it up on the other end. Blocked by Boston. And finally the bucket for the Owls. Mia Davis. That just shows how valuable she is in the post, even up against taller and bigger players. Here's Herbert-Harrigan, one of the 2 seniors on this team. Nice basket for her.
Herbert-Harrigan.
One of 2 players who lifted the trophy. The 2017 National Championship for South Carolina. That misses, collected by Boston. She's really been valuable in this 4th quarter. There's a foul on the shot. It'll send the Gamecocks to the line. That's on Mackins.
Team second.
And a timeout with 5 minutes and 13 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. 5:13 to play here in the 4th quarter between Temple and the 6th-ranked Gamecocks. First shot made by Harris. Again, I'm Corey Cohen with you on Owls TV. In a matchup between 5-4 Temple and 8-1 South Carolina. Had an interesting tournament down in the Paradise Jam in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Lost to 17th-ranked Indiana on Thanksgiving. And 2 days later beat Baylor. It's a steal. And Zaya Cook right in to our broadcast table. And a basket for Henderson. Well, it paid off for Cook, as it turned into a basket for South Carolina. Temple trailing by 13. Gamecocks running away with it here in the 4th, and out of bounds. Outscoring the Owls 14-5 here in the 4th quarter. Herbert-Harrigan stops her tracks and makes the basket. Nice bank shot on the inside for Herbert-Harrigan. 69-54 lead for South Carolina. In the corner, splitting the defenders, the jumper, too much from Mackins. But Davis with the basket now quickly. South Carolina, Cook. Stolen away by Davis. The forward brings the ball up. The extra pass. Nguyen. And she drills it from beyond the arc. Back-to-back scores for Temple. That is exactly what they needed. Now it's back to a 10-point game with 3.5 minutes to play. Off the back iron. Nguyen. Down court. Cannot reach Mia Davis. Little miscommunication there.
Substitutions for the Owls, number 11, Shannon Atkinson, and number 12, Imani Mayo.
Couple substitutions now. Atkinson back in, so the 2 players with 4 fouls apiece Davis and Atkinson both on the floor, playing with size. Shows its worth as Atkinson gets the rebound, but a steal, takeaway for Harris. No look pass, the three for Henderson. Too much. Offensive board for Boston and a fresh 20 seconds for the Gamecocks. Dawn Staley telling her team slow it down. They don't hear her. It will stay with South Carolina. Inbound to Boston. Give and go. Harris on the baseline.
Harris.
Double-digit lead for South Carolina. Catch and shoot. Off the back iron. Collected by Herbert-Harrigan. Now quickly, 2-on-2. Cook. Off the rim. Temple needs points, however they can get them. Mackins. The runner, count it, and one.
Number 5, Larissa Mackins.
Mackins.
Fouls on number 21.
Now up to 22 points in this contest. A breakout game for her, averaging just over 9 points per game. At the line. Makes this a single-digit ball game. And she's got 23 points on the afternoon. Harris. Cook. Underneath to Boston. Back out. Cook is fouled on the ground. They'll call that on the on.
Lena Young, that's her second, team third.
Baseline inbound coming. Out to Cook. Great ball skills. Puts up the shot off the rim. Mackins. Owls trail by 9. Screen set. Mackins. She's got 4 3-pointers today. Inside to Atkinson, using the glass, and it rolls in. A 7-point lead for South Carolina. Little over a minute to play. The Owls need a stop. Harris. Off a screen, wide open. Herbert-Harrigan, the senior! And that may be the dagger. Under a minute to play. Gamecocks take a 10-point lead. The drive, the kick out, the three from Mayo. Count it! And one! The opportunity for a 4-point play for the junior out of Georgia. A gigantic shot for Amani Mayo. Can make this a 2-possession game if she makes this free throw. And Temple is not going to go down quietly. Makes the free throw.
South Carolina.
And a timeout called over on the South Carolina bench by Dawn Staley. Well, Temple putting up a much harder fight than many would have imagined against the 6th-ranked team in the nation. But what a game it has been for the Owls. 23 points for Marissa Mackins. 14 points and 13 rebounds for Mia Davis. And 10 points and 11 boards for Lena Neon. Trying to spoil Dawn Staley's homecoming here at her former school. And a great head coaching battle between Dawn Staley and Tanya Cardoza. two most recent Temple coaches, former teammates at UVA. They've got a great respect for each other. But Cardoza would love to get a win over her former teammate. And there's the foul.
Fouls on number 1, Lena Young.
Temple has never beaten South Carolina, 0-4 all time. Last year they began this series. Makes a lot of sense for Dawn Staley. Still dribbling, and now they foul Harris.
Fouls on number 5.
Last year, Gamecocks won 88-60.
Team's fifth. At the line is number 52, Taisha Harris.
Excuse me, this is the third year of the series.
Season 2,
Year before that, South Carolina won 87-60. So this game much closer
Alexa Williamson.
than any of the previous matchups. We'll see if Temple can pull it out. They need some misses at the line. Here is Harris, makes the first. (76-68). Temple needs a basket. Mayo goes all the way, cannot score. And we'll see if Temple decides to foul or just let it go. And it looks like they're just going to let it go. 76-68. Still, what Temple has been able to accomplish, South Carolina averages allowing 51 points per game. They allow 68 against the Owls. This team is 8th in the nation in scoring defense, as that shot goes. 5th in the nation in scoring margin. And Temple, quick three here, and it's good! Counted for Mackins. 26 points to end the day. And Temple does lose, but one heck of an effort from the Owls here against their former head coach, Dawn Staley. 78-71 is the final. But an incredible matchup between the Owls and the Gamecocks. Temple being led by Marissa Mackins, 26 points, and then double-doubles for Mia Davis and Lena Nguyen. For South Carolina, big game for the senior Taisha Harris, averaging 11 points per game. She scored 21. And then the other senior, Makia Herbert-Harrigan, with 15 points. And nearly a double-double for the dynamite freshman Aaliyah Boston, 10 points and 8 rebounds, plus 3 blocks. So a frustrating loss for the Owls as they head back over. But still, they have a lot to be proud of the way they played in this game. They did not give up. They made a late push. And for the most part, this game was close throughout. They just fell a little bit short at the end. But against the 6th-ranked team in the country, that is nothing to scoff at. So a big performance from the Owls, but they do come up short against the 6th-ranked Gamecocks, who advance to 9-1 record. Next up, they've got Purdue at home on Sunday. For Temple, they fall to 5-5. But next they will continue this homestand with a game in the Big Five against Villanova on Tuesday at 5 p.m. So a lot on the line there in the Big Five. We want to thank you all so much for joining us in this game. Again, the final score, 6th-ranked South Carolina 78 and Temple 71. For all of us here at McGonigal Hall, I'm Corey Cohen, signing off from Philadelphia.